All right, everyone. I already filmed this trade recap once, but my mic was off, so we got to film it again. But it's all right. We'll get it done for you guys. All right, daily bias today, right? Came into the market. I was bearish today because, again, if we look on the 4-hour time frame, again, we already took out these highs, and we had all these draws and liquidity down below if we go to the 1 hour. So we had these hourly lows, these hourly lows, these hourly lows, London session lows, and Asian session lows on NASDAQ. And then on ES, we had these hourly lows, Asian session lows, London session lows. And again, we started off on the 1 hour time frame forming a huge bearish S&T. So NASDAQ formed a high and then a higher high, taking out London session highs, and then ES formed a high and a lower high, not taking out London session highs. So originally I was bearish. What I wanted to see is we formed an hourly high up here. I wanted to see at market open. I don't know if I moved something. I wanted to see market open come up and at least take out buy side liquidity before we continue down. But today we did have news. So today we had, where is Tuesday? We had Jolt's job opening and CB consumer confidence. So again, we had red and orange folder news. I wanted to wait for news to drop. So what I did is I waited patiently, and as we could see, NASDAQ came up, swept out this hourly high. ES didn't on market open. We ended up forming another SMT. So we formed a 5-minute SMT. We formed a high and a higher high on NASDAQ, and we formed a high and a lower high on ES. So my focus was on NASDAQ because I wanted to see a retracement into this 5-minute fair value gap because, again, we ended up inversing a 5-minute bullish fair value gap, as you can see right here, right? We inversed it. And then I was still waiting patiently because news dropped at 10. What I wanted to see was price come up, retrace back into this 5-minute fair value gap, and then show us buying pressure on the selling pressure on the 1-minute time frame. Because again, on ES, we broke structure to the downside around 9:45, and around 9:45, NASDAQ inversed this 5-minute fair value gap, so I was bearish for the day, especially with the two SMTs, the hourly SMT and the 5-minute SMT. Whew, okay. So, as we can see, we had all this low resistance draws and liquidity below. We had these hourly lows, these hourly lows, these hourly lows, these hourly lows, Asian session lows, London session lows. I feel like this was a good target for us today, but again, I wanted to wait for news to come out. I don't have a drink of water, so I might lose my voice on you. Hold on. All right. So, what we saw, right? We saw that ES came down, swept out London session lows, right? At 950. NASDAQ didn't come down and take out those London session lows, so I wanted to see a retracement. We ended up getting a retracement. So we got a retracement into our 5-minute fair value gap. What I wanted to do, I saw that ES kept continuing lower, right? We formed a 5-minute SMT, but you'll see what that did for us. But we didn't create that 5-minute SMT yet, right? First trade, we could see we come up into the 5-minute fair value gap. We form a bullish fair value gap, right? And we also broke structure to the upside. What happened after that? We ended up inversing this 1-minute fair value gap after respecting the 5-minute bullish fair value gap. This was my entry off candle closure. My stops were originally at this high of this candle. And then my full take profits were here. I went in 4 micro E-minis, right? It's my normal size I'm going in now. I was going in 3, but we're going to go in 4 because we have 7 PA accounts right now. I feel like 4 micro E-minis is a good size right now to build these up to get past the buffer. So, first take profit was these 5-minute lows that we first created. I took 1 contract off here. Once we hit that spot, just to manage my trade correctly, I put my stop loss a little bit above this 1-minute fair value gap that we disrespected. I thought, hey, if we inverse this 1-minute fair value gap, we probably are going to come up and fill this 5-minute fair value gap a little bit more. We'll probably get stopped out, so let's preserve my capital a little bit. I could have put stop loss at break even because first TP hit, but I didn't. All right, I didn't. So what happened? We got 1 contract taken off. We hit first TP. Price decided to come right back up and stop us out literally by the tick, which sucked. So we ended up profiting $30 off first TP or $40, and then we ended up being in the negative $30 or $40 or something like that. All right? So we were down for the day right there. We'll X that one out. What I thought, right? We formed that 5-minute SMT at the low right here. But as you can see, we ended up coming back up. We got this huge like doji candle. It looked like we wanted to continue down. We didn't break structure to the upside. We didn't come back into this 5-minute fair value gap. And then we started to break structure to the downside on the 1-minute time frame. So I'm like, hey, we're probably going to continue lower. price just probably stop hunted these people. We're in a little bit of a chop. It's just unfortunate price action. Price is most likely going to continue down and take out all these low resistance draws and liquidity because it just looks so good. Like, look at it. It's just like there's so much liquidity down here, dude. Like, we could target this easily. And we're already almost there. So why would we want to not target this if we're this close? What else are we going to target? These highs all the way up here? Or like we have 15-minute highs maybe? Like, yeah, look, our most recent 15-minute highs up there. Like, you really think we're not going to come down and at least take this first? So what I did, look at here. ES kept continuing down. We ended up coming down. Like, we were coming towards Asian session lows. We had this big hourly fair value gap with nothing stopping us, right? I thought we'd at least come down and fill this. So that would at least bring NASDAQ down here. Scale down to the 1 minute again. We ended up breaking structure to the downside. I marked out equilibrium from this high to this low. As you can see, price came in equilibrium. Got heavy selling pressure out of it. I didn't enter right away. I saw a little bit of a retracement. I think I got in around this candle closure, putting my stops above this candle's high right here, targeting our draws and liquidity down below, and I went in half my position size, targeting a 1 to 2.5, right? I went in 2 micros on this trade. My first TP was, my first TP was here, and then I think my second TP was here. I didn't mean to copy and paste that, but there you go. Now you can see the profit that we made on today, so you know I ain't scamming people on these PA accounts. $7, $7, $7, $7, $7, $8, $8. That's what we made today. All right? It's literally posted in the Discord. I did not mean to hit that button on my mouse. But, again, we ended up hitting this trade. It went to a 1 to 2.5, which is good. We hit that 1 to 2. Price wanted to continue back up again, and then it started to flood the face of the earth. So, again, if we kept our original entry for our trade at this low, at this low, and kept our original stop, I mean, we would have banked today. But again, I think first take profit hit. We managed the trade correctly. We followed our rules, and this is just one of the days where, again, 6 months ago, I probably would have crashed out and been upset because we got stopped out by a tick. But again, I kept my composure. I was okay with what we did. We managed the trade correctly. I saw another opportunity, so I said, hey, let's do it. Let's enter in half the position size. Why not? If I lose, I probably would have lost like 50 more bucks or something like that. So we would have been down like $100 in a day. But we ended up getting our money back and a little bit more profit. So I think that was a good way of preserving our capital. And that's how you become profitable more in the future, consistently over time. You make sure your losses are smaller than your wins. And today, we were going to end on a loss, but we saw an opportunity, went in half the size, ended up getting it back. We didn't make a whole lot of money. We had an idea where price was going to go. We could have entered in this huge size to try and get it back and get all emotional. But no, we entered in a safe size just in case we would have lost. Wouldn't have been a big loss. But again, price ended up doing what we wanted it to do, and we ended up getting our profit back and a little bit extra. So we preserved the capital pretty well. So regardless, this would have been a nice trade to hit. It would have been a 1 to 4.23, which would have been pretty cool. But again, part of the game. It happens. I'm happy with how my psychology and my emotions have been over the past month. We've been doing pretty well on these PA accounts. Again, yesterday we made a big mistake. We were up pretty good on the one PA account. We were up to like 50,500 with 16 days having this account. But again, made a mistake yesterday, entered the wrong position size, had to exit right away. It's part of trading. I didn't want to blow these accounts. I made a mistake. Part of it, we're going to get it back. We're going to slowly build back up and do our thing, you know? So again, I'm happy with how I performed today. It didn't go our way. But again, I consider today a win. We followed our rules. We followed the game plan. We predicted where the market was going to go overall from market open. And we just market didn't want to play out how we wanted it to. So it really is. It is what it is. That's just one of these days where you have to keep your composure. Be smart. Don't crash out. Don't blow your accounts. Don't try and get your money back. It's just these days in trading, this is where most people fail because, again, they get so upset that they were so close to hitting that trade, even because I moved my stop loss down a little bit. But, again, I was preserving my capital the right way, I feel like. I feel like most people would have set their stop loss to break even, again, because first TP hit. But, again, I wanted to give it a little extra room. I feel like we could have at least came up back to this 1 minute fair value gap and then did what we wanted it to do. But, again, it wanted to stop me out and then go in that direction. So there's nothing I could do about it. So other than that, we still ended the day in a little bit of profit, not big. I consider today a break-even day. We still have a couple more videos in the Trading Blueprint 2.0. We got to go over strategy creation, take profits, and then time frames and stuff like that. And then I'm going to send everybody on their way. Again, all these videos are free, very helpful. It's the way I trade. It can help you understand the markets better. And then we also have around 25 spots left in the Discord until it becomes a paid program. Again, I'm not going to charge crazy amounts. I'm putting my time and effort into this with doing classes every 2 times a week, going live every day, and also just trying to help people who have questions and stuff like that. Again, I think I'm only going to charge like $10 a month. Like, that's nothing. $9.99 a month, nothing crazy. I just want to make it a private community because, again, I don't like all these like bots and stuff joining and trying to switch their names and scam people and all that stuff. I just want to stay away from that. So again, get your spot in the Discord. Still free. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Overall, the only mistake we made, we would have been in profit $7 per account or whatever it was this entire week. But again, we're down 200 now because we lost 250 the other day because I entered in three minis instead of 3 micros. And I had to exit right away because I saw minus 400, and then it came up a little bit, and then we ended up getting out at like minus 250. But I was not taking that chance. That would have been reacting off of emotions. I made the mistake, and I got the hell out right away because if we got a huge candle down, these accounts would have been blown. I probably would have been very upset because we've been doing really well, and that would have been off a stupid mistake. But other than that, here's today's trade. I hope this helps you guys. I post this to help show you my journey, my experiences as a trader that's growing. We're going to get to where we want to get over time. It's just part of the game. I say in all my videos, not the best trader yet, but we're getting there. I think we know what we're doing. I've proved that over time. But goal is build up these PA accounts, get a nice fat payout, and then I want to build up to 20 accounts and get another fat payout in front of all y'all. But again, I appreciate everybody who's liked and subscribed. Hopefully I help you guys out a little bit. I hope you like following the journey just to maybe help you and avoid things that could just speed up your process. Because again, I'm doing this for 6 years. So yeah, it's definitely been a long journey and we're getting there slowly. But again, happy with the day before, happy with how I performed today. We followed our rules, we stuck to the plan, we predicted the overall bias, and there's nothing more we can ask for. Price didn't want to do what we wanted to do. Our trade played out, but again, we got stopped out by a tick. It is what it is. We saw another entry, we took it, we went half the position size. Targeted a 1 to 2 to get that back. Ended up playing out. We got our money back. If not, we would have lost like 40 more bucks. Like it's like we lost $100 in a day on 7 accounts. We still have $2,300 of drawdown room. Like we got fine. We're fine. We're cool. We're good. All right. Appreciate it, everybody. Like and subscribe. Share these videos. Put the little bell thingy majiggy on. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Appreciate it.